Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. Thanks for stopping by here on this the Sport Talk Network, to this channel here on YouTube, and specifically to this video, to this episode of this podcast, specifically NFL podcast called Talking Packers with Steve, where I do talk about all 32 teams, or attempt to, whether briefly or otherwise, all 32 in the NFL each and every week. And last week I was talking about and sharing near the end of it counting the ways of how the Packers could make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is back. Fan base is excited and pumped. We're ready to get things rolling. We're ready to start winning. Win streak. Do what we did years ago when we backed into the playoffs, stumbled into the playoffs, and went all the way to win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl XLV. I like when they use Roman numerals. But anyways, we thought that was going to happen again. Or Packer fans thought that was going to happen again with Aaron Rodgers coming back after a broken collarbone, and this time on his throwing hand. But he's back now, and we're going to be facing the Panthers, then the Vikings, and the Lions. We're going to get these wins. First, we're going to beat a good Panthers team on the road. Then Aaron was going to get his revenge on Anthony Barr and the Minnesota Vikings on the road. And then we're going to wrap everything up in a nice little Christmas bow in Week 17 after Christmas on New Year's Eve. Kind of like a New Year's Eve gift. Beat the Detroit Lions at home, win at home at Lambeau Field. We know the Viking game is at Lambeau Field too. Anyways, point being is get the wins, back in the playoffs, and make a run through the playoffs. We probably would have won the division, but got a wild card spot. And we were going to do what we did then, 2012, I think it was, whatever that was, and win the Super Bowl. Maybe not the Packer fans, but Aaron Rodgers himself would have the last laugh of the NFL, let alone the Vikings. But that was not the case. Obviously, what happened last week, we lost to the Carolina Panthers. Aaron Rodgers is a lot rustier than what was expected. Yeah, he might be one of the best current NFL quarterbacks or current NFL players, period. Only, maybe behind Tom Brady in the quarterback category. That'd be it, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that as a Packer fan. I'm sure a lot of other fans in the NFL of other teams would agree with me that he's either to them number one or number two in quarterbacks, and at least in the top 10 of NFL players of this, that are currently in the NFL now. And we can rank where Aaron's on your list of quarterbacks and NFL players overall all time after he does retire in the next couple of years. But no, he was a little bit more rusty than I thought it would be. Three interceptions, not two, but three. 1, 2, 3. And we lost to the Carolina Panthers, and our season is over because the Atlanta Falcons, when our playoff chances are over, our season isn't over, our playoff chances are over, because the Falcons lost to the Buccaneers on Monday Night Football in a close game. Tampa Bay would have made that kick, but there would have been a chance for Tampa Bay to get the win in overtime, obviously. So, that unfortunate thing happening. Packers playoff hopes are gone. It's the first time Packers are not in the playoffs in any way, whether division champions or otherwise, since 2008. And I read on Twitter that the last time the Packers did not make the playoffs was 2008, and that was Aaron Rodgers' first season as a starter, having the team all to himself. Brett Favre moving on to the Jets, being traded there. And the Lions went 0-16 that year. So now we know what year the Lions did that. I was wondering what year that was. 2008 season. Lions went 0-16. Aaron Rodgers' first season as a starter. They didn't make the playoffs. And Brett Favre was in New York. Now Brett's back home with the Packers in the Packer Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame. So that all worked out. But still, it's been a long time. Almost 10 years. 9 seasons. 9 seasons, almost 10 exact years. Yeah, that's wow. But it is what it is, right? We move on. I know we've been cheering for a different matchup in the Super Bowl, and if you indulge me a couple seconds here, I'm going to go get the helmets, or the helmets of the teams that I want to see in the Super Bowl. Hopefully you can hear me. I was further away from the mic. I'm going to be on camera here for a couple of seconds and show you here. Teams that I want to see matched up in the Super Duper Bowl. The Super Duper Bowl are these two, and I think you already saw one here. Maybe you even saw the other one. I was moving them around, but this matchup right here. The Jacksonville Jaguars against the Los Angeles Rams. That's what I hope to see. That's what I want to see. And if I had to pick between those two, I mean, if I had that matchup, in my perfect world, my own little utopia in that way, if I had that happen, there's my Packers shirt. But there, if that happened, and the Jaguars or the Rams face the Jaguars, which team would I pick? Well, I'd be in a win-win. Either way, I'd be very happy. Happy for Jared Goff and the Rams to win their second Super Bowl ring as a franchise. First, obviously, for Jared Goff. For this Rams team. And I'd be happy if the Jaguars won that game because it's Jacksonville Jaguars. It'll be their first time in the Super Bowl. I do have it on a piece of paper, even though everything is online. And usually they tell you during the build-up, 2 weeks, the 2-week build-up between NFC, AFC Championship games to the Super Bowl of teams the most, and is this one of the team's first times, or how many times is this team, whatever. The Rams would be the second, as I said, if this matchup actually happens. Jaguars, they're first, because currently the Jacksonville Jaguars are one of 4 teams, like the 4 horsemen there, 4 teams that have not been to the Super Bowl. They've been in the playoffs before. When they were an expansion team, Mark Brunell is the quarterback. Former Packer backup quarterback, by the way. But that'd be their first time in the Super Bowl. So why not win when the first time you're in? So if that matchup actually happened, I wouldn't be mad if the Los Angeles Rams won. But my voting interest, my cheering interest in that game, to say probably would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trying to get that shine off there. But the Jaguars probably would be the team I would go for to get the win. But I wouldn't be mad if it's the Rams, but it's not. But I just hope that this is, in the end, going to be the matchup. The Rams versus the Jaguars. Just want to be on camera to actually show that, even though I could say that. But yeah, hopefully that is the matchup we get. Have the Rams and the Jaguars. Definitely would be a good game. The Super Bowl, high scoring offense, high powered defense. There are some pundits and others, whether ESPN, Fox Sports 1, otherwise, that have been saying that now the Jaguars, even Steve Young said on Golic and Wingo, formerly Mike and Mike, but now Golic and Wingo, last week, that to him, the Jacksonville Jaguars are slowly becoming the team that could beat New England. In New England. If that have to be how it have to be. Jaguars, technically, we're still in the hunt to get the number 1 overall seed. The playoffs have to go through the Jacksonville Jaguars, have to go through Jacksonville, Florida, or wherever specifically they play. Where the stadium is addressed and located, but still Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville Jaguars to go through them. I think they're out of that race. I think they've been eliminated from the number 1 spot race. I think they still have a chance to get the number 2, a first round bye and definitely a home game. And even, I guess, quote unquote, below that, they can still win their division. They have 1 game lead over the Tennessee Titans. Jaguars just keep winning, they're in. You don't have to worry about what Tennessee's doing. That's why it's good to have control in your own hands. And that will mean, in its own right, you get a home game, period, with a wild card, first round bye, number 1 overall. However, I want to actually look up and see if the Jacksonville Jaguars still have a shot. Number 1 seed in the AFC. Let's see here. Just trying to pull it up here on the internet. I don't think they have any more shots for number 1, but maybe a number 2. Right now they're number 3. All right, so we got New England Patriots 11-3, Pittsburgh 11-3. New England just beat Pittsburgh. That crazy game. Or should I say ending, more so than just the whole game. The whole game was good, but you know what I mean. But New England's remaining games are against the Bills and the Jets, and the Steelers' remaining games are against Houston and Cleveland. So the actual chances. And Jackson says if they win one more game, period, no matter one, against the 49ers or the Titans, they win the division. So they can win against San Francisco and actually lose against Tennessee, but as long as they win one of them, they're good to go. The Jaguars, they technically still have a shot at the number 1 seed. Again, like I said, New England is 11-3, Pittsburgh 11-3, Jacksonville Jaguars, and I would say all those two, Jaguar Nation, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, listen up here. Your team, as I'm sure you know, 10-4, 1 game back of both Pittsburgh and New England. If New England and Pittsburgh, I think they would have to lose out because the tiebreakers and everything, Pittsburgh and New England being stronger than Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville faced either of those teams during the season, so I don't think there's any head-to-head, but better record against AFC teams. I would assume like tiebreaker go to Pittsburgh and New England. So technically, the Jaguars should get the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed. They would need one of the 2 teams to lose out. And with Pittsburgh facing the Texans and the Browns, the Patriots facing the Bills and the Jets, I don't see that happening for either of those 2 teams losing out, let alone losing at all. Yeah. But still, win one more game for the Jaguars, period. You win your division, you get a home game in the wild card round. And you can face Pittsburgh, New England in the second round. You earn your spot in the AFC title game after beating one of those 2. Now, if it stays the way it is right now, New England number 1, Pittsburgh number 2, Jacksonville number 3, Kansas City number 4. Then the match, actually, if we had the playoffs right now, New England's 1, Pittsburgh's 2, Jacksonville's 3, Kansas City 4, Tennessee 5, Buffalo is 6. Now, the likelihood of Buffalo making it's not that great because they're facing New England and Miami, and the Ravens are breathing down their neck along with the Los Angeles Chargers. But let's just say it goes like this. We would have Jaguars against the Bills, Chiefs, Titans, then New England, Pittsburgh, bye. If Jacksonville wins, let's just say Jacksonville and Kansas City win, then it would be Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New England, Kansas City in the next round, divisional matchups. And then, Jacksonville would have to beat New England, the number 1 team. And then there might be Jacksonville against Kansas City or Jacksonville against Pittsburgh in the AFC title game. So it'd be a long and tough road for Jacksonville to win AFC crown to go to the Super Bowl. But I have faith in them, and I still, as of now, pick them as my Super Bowl. I picked that matchup as my Super Bowl matchup now. Obviously, I still have to be held to and responsible for my picks before the season started, which was Patriots-Packers. So that'll be incorrect. But as of right now and how the season has actually gone, I don't know. I wouldn't say updated prediction because like I said I'm feet to the fire to what my original prediction was, and I'll be incorrect in that. But which one of my predictions now is Jacksonville Jaguars, Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl in Minnesota here in the Northwest. To be honest, be able to attend. This is a veteran fan of and person that lives near and close to the place, so it's not like a company or player or otherwise won't have to show out so much money to help me get me there. It's not like I have to go so far. Meaning flights and all that. Heck, we could drive there. And I know someone that lives in Minnesota. I could just ask. So all I really need is the 2 tickets. That's all I would need to ask for. But anyways, go Jaguars. Hopefully that is the case. Let's just go over week 15 in the NFL season. Broncos over the Colts, 25-13. Lions over the Bears, 20-10. Chiefs over Chargers, 30-13. Eagles over the Giants, 34-29, even though Carson Wentz is now out for the rest of the year and for the playoffs. So the Eagles won against the Super Bowl. Yeah, thanks. Vikings over the Bengals, 34-7. Ravens over the Browns, 27-10. Washington over Cardinals, 20-15. Panthers over the Packers, 31-24. Saints over the Jets, 31-19. Bills over the Dolphins, 24-16. Rams over Seahawks, 42-7. That was amazing, that game. And Jaguars doing some of the same things, a little bit more points than the Rams. Jaguars 45, Texans 7. So let's put those two together. That Super Bowl matchup, Rams and Jaguars, if they were some weird way of playing, even though they were playing other teams, 45-42 would be the final. Jaguars over the Rams for the Super Bowl. So that'll be my official prediction. If it is Rams and Jaguars facing off, I'm going to go with what their scores were here in Week 15 against other opponents and go 45-42 Jaguars over the Rams for my Super Bowl prediction update. Again, I still have to be held accountable for my official prediction was in the beginning of the season, but just saying. 49ers over to the Titans, 25-23. Patriots over the Steelers, 27-24. See, the 49ers, the team we're supposed to be, quote-unquote. For the Titans, if the Titans would have won with the Jaguars even keep winning, the Titans still would have had a better shot. Now Titans have to win out, which includes winning against Jacksonville in Week 17, so they do have some chances. But if Jacksonville wins this week against the 49ers, if I believe correct, that's what I said, who they play. Even though the Titans just lost against them here in Week 15, and all good. Patriots over Steelers, like I said, 27-24. Cowboys over Raiders, 20-17. Falcons over the Buccaneers, 24-21, which did eliminate the Packers from the playoffs. Week 16, Colts against the Ravens. I got the Ravens over the Colts, 27-12. I have the Vikings over the Packers, 35-28. I have the Patriots over the Bills, 45-3. Rams over the Titans, 35-17. Bears over Browns, 9-3. Saints over the Falcons, 27-17. Panthers over the Buccaneers, 27-17. Lions over the Bengals, 35-10. Chiefs over the Dolphins, 17-10. Broncos over Washington. They're in Washington. And we're getting a road win, 17-13. Chargers over the Jets, trying to get that last playoff spot, 23-21. Jaguars over the 49ers, 27-10. Giants over the Cardinals, 17-13. Seahawks over the Cowboys, 35-27. Steelers over the Texans, 21-10. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, Raiders-Eagles. I have the Eagles over the Raiders, 35-17. So there we go. For week 16. And then after that, one more week left, my friends. One more week left. It's New Year's Eve, which will be the Sunday games, and all the games being on Sunday, I think, for week 17. Players might be rested, this and that, but final week for predictions. If you do those weekly prediction things like I do, or otherwise, it'll be fun. I know this week, week 16, some fantasy football title games are on, or not on, but title games are happening for fantasy football leagues on ESPN and NFL.com. I know for the one on ESPN that I'm part of, the title game isn't actually until week 17. I'm not in the winner's bracket or in the playoff bracket. I'm in the consolidation pool. I didn't do too great on that one, but on my own ones, the ones that I manage, I'm both in the title games. And then there is, I think, one or two other ones that I am actually in the title game as well. So 4 out of the 10 that are done total, ESPN and NFL.com, I am in title game. So I'll let you know next week if I win all 4, lose all 4, or win half, or win 1, whatever, 3. That's kind of how all the odds that can happen. Lose all 4, lose 3, lose 2, lose 1, win 1, win 2, win 3, win all 4. So I'll let you know however that goes down. I think all that watch live, let me know in the comment section below. What is your updated Super Bowl prediction, and what was your prediction heading into the season? If your prediction heading into the season was the same as it is right now, good for you. And as in, it still has a chance to happen, kudos to you. For me, only half of my matchup can happen. Patriots, Packers. Packers are eliminated from playoff contention. Won't even be in the dance. So my new one, for those that are watching here late, Rams, Los Angeles Rams, Jacksonville Jaguars, Super Bowl in Minnesota, near my home here in Wisconsin. And my prediction is a 48-45 Jaguars over the Rams. In a high-powered, probably would be, if that was the case, highest-scoring Super Bowl ever, I would assume, in that shape. But hope you all have a great rest of your day and evening. I will be back here tomorrow evening, actually. This will be in a special Talking Package with Steve in the morning. Due to the holidays, nothing's going on. But tomorrow night will be regular time for Steve's Wrestling Ramble. We're talking about everything about the pay-per-view, Clash of Champions, everything that happened on Raw and SmackDown, some news and notes and goodies. Have to do with WB. Excuse me. Apologize. Right. So on and so forth. So let me know in the comment section what you thought. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, let people know about this channel. Above all else, as always, take care.